are what you eat. This partially disturbing video has the power to steer your life in a new direction. It will provide an explanation for why you sometimes feel weak, discouraged, and yes, even weak at times. And it will also demonstrate the effects and how you can avoid it, how you can escape the contamination surrounding you and your food and pursue a different course. Share video now, subscribe to channel, turn on notifications, never miss Investinbest videos. I'm Hannes.
I'm Benjamin, and remember, we've filmed a new portfolio management masterclass, free course. Sign up down here right now, it's free, check out the whole thing. If you also want to take control of your own wealth now and benefit from the great opportunities that currently exist. In that sense, Hannes, an exciting video today as it's about food, and I think it couldn't be more interesting. That's why we start immediately.
Sunday is Mindset Day, and why are we discussing food? And for one reason, we humans are four-part beings. Spiritual, social, mental, and physical beings, and of course, physical health, whether mental or physical, is clearly part of it. And today we want to take a very special look at this mental and physical area and talk about the poisoning that is happening every day. If you wonder why we are currently hearing so much about transgender people, why we hear so much about it, why infertility is increasing so massively, and other things that are massively changing society, then of course the media is partly to blame, clearly. However, the harmful mixture for our society is being further perfected when examining the substances partially contained within our food and the practices that are still endorsed by governing bodies, such as the European Commission. And let's just take a look at why the numbers of gender reassignments are presently increasing so enormously. Doctors and psychologists currently record cases of children and adolescents feeling in foreign bodies with a strength 5 times as strong as in 2013 compared to the previous year. Since 2013 till now, the number of those who feel they're in the wrong body has quintupled. Around 2024, we reside in a world where 1.5 to 2% of kids experience a sense of being in the wrong gender assigned to them. And then one ponders whether it is a societal accomplishment in its own right that we are now discussing it, acknowledging the entire matter, or if there is truly a physiological occurrence taking place in our bodies, in the bodies of those impacted, that abruptly causes them to feel out of place here. Undoubtedly, all of this can be attributed to the hormones present in the body, which play a crucial role in shaping sexual behavior and development. Now, let us take a closer look at the role of pesticides. It is important to note that almost all pesticides that are sprayed have a harmful and negative impact on human health. The hazards mentioned include chronic skin diseases, symptoms of poisoning, damage to fertility and genetics, malformations of newborns, as well as various other aspects and numerous additional implications. Latest research results from the USA even prove that pesticide contamination significantly reduces children's intelligence. Pregnant women who consume organophosphates, fruits and vegetables contaminated with organophosphates during pregnancy, have children with a later lower IQ that can be measured. The USA has already determined that for itself, and then we once again turn to one of my favorite topics, namely glyphosate. Glyphosate is the most commonly used total herbicide worldwide. Total herbicide means nothing else than that all herbs that grow around are also destroyed. Glyphosate is responsible for killing all the weeds that are not supposed to grow, and it must be mentioned that the European Commission, acting independently because the nation states cannot reach an agreement, has made a decision on its own that it may continue to be spread until the year 2033. Although the EU Commission is fully aware of the dangerous nature of glyphosate, although even the World Health Organization, which is part of the same group, clearly cautions against severe illnesses. From the supply of the nervous system to the alteration of the microbiome in the intestine to oxidative stress, glyphosate is not only dangerous for humans but also significantly responsible for the dying of the Alps worldwide. And then one has to say, at the end, the European Commission is probably pleased with some of its lobbyists and of course the pesticide company Bayer, which alone made a turnover of $841 million in 2018 with glyphosate. And the entire situation becomes more thrilling now as we revisit the hormones. And then you are aware that this glyphosate, for example, has the potential to cause serious illnesses. It is known that these pesticides massively alter the balance of the hormone system in the body. And then we suddenly see diseases exploding all over the world at the same time, people feeling like they are in the wrong body, and sexual behavior taking a new direction in many parts. And then we wonder why we have demographic issues in the world. And then you can also say, yes, I simply consume nutritious food, nourish myself in a healthy way, and then we examine which products and foods are most contaminated by pesticides in terms of hormones. These are lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, apples, leeks, peaches, strawberries, pears, grapes, and bell peppers. So all the objects that we consume on a daily basis that are included in our daily menu and that have a significant impact not only on our children, but also on ourselves. And we have to say, maybe we see these hormonal changes that are happening in our children in adolescence, that they feel the wrong body in a completely different light. And now comes the shock. Share video, subscribe to channel, ring the bell, and never miss a video from Investinbest. And that is merely one example of the countless substances that are sprayed over our heads in our food on a daily basis without us even realizing it. And let us take a look at the time before Corona. Let us go back a few years to the year 2015. And the majority of people can still recall how the Zika virus plagued the world. And yes, one individual was tested once. How can a virus potentially cause fear and panic among individuals, particularly when it is too hazardous for unborn infants, for the babies who are still in the uterus? And there the Zika virus held the whole world in suspense. 2015 broke out and wreaked havoc on the whole globe. Rashes, fever, infectious conjunctivitis were the symptoms, and in pregnant women, it became dangerous for them if they became infected with the Zika virus. There were severe birth defects and malformations observed in the children. And of course, this has also gained a certain level of media significance. And then we will take a look at how the entire thing operates. We were informed that the mosquito infected with the Zika virus bites us. And as a result, we can also become infected through sexual intercourse, which is a mode of transmission. So the mosquitoes then pass on this virus to us, and then it is extremely risky for women who are expecting a baby. And then, oddly enough, we examine the symptoms. And the symptoms caused by the pesticide are the same symptoms that one then gets. And then simply the question arises, do mosquitoes perhaps carry too high a glyphosate content, which then triggers the symptoms in humans? That would be a question needing an answer. I think one won't get an answer from Bavaria, other consortia, or the EU Commission. But each of you can put two and two together and draw conclusions from it. And one thing should be written behind our ears on Sunday and every day of our lives. We are responsible for what we believe in. We are responsible for how we nourish ourselves and what we contribute to our environment. In that sense, I do think clearly that there should be an end to glyphosate and other things here. But if we continue to obediently obey what we are told, then the whole thing will take a little longer than expected. The second topic, of course, is plastic in all the food, packaging, and other related items. Is naturally also heavily hormonally burdened, which then leads to the same reasons again. And then we should ask ourselves whether it is really only the one injection, which we have known since Corona, that is responsible for the fact that we have excess mortality, that we have birth passages, that we have gender inequalities, that we have so much confusion in humanity, in society at the moment, or whether it is a cocktail, a poison cocktail made up of different poisons and different injections, no matter whether in the sky, no matter whether in our fields, or no matter whether in Munich. Best regards to Bill Gates. And then infect us or directly through the needle in the arm? Never forget, we hold the future in our hands. We are the ones who will shape tomorrow's society. It is not Bill Gates, nor the EU Commission, nor other big players like Bayer who should have control over the whole thing, but we should be aware that it is us who will shape this future together. Share video, subscribe, turn on bell, and spread the word now.
Hannes is incredible. The food, I believe, the topic of our decade, the topic that will sensitize more and more people now. That's why I share this video. You can't say often enough how important it is. What Hannes has done here today for a video, that's why I try to eat as healthy as possible. But it's not that simple. Therefore, we need to take action in addition to that, I believe, in order to truly make a difference.
You are guided, loved, protected, and blessed on all parts of your life. However, you may confidently go this way by yourself. In that sense, enjoy Sunday, and we'll meet on Tuesday in the new video. Goodbye. Bye.